Welcome back. The Bar Council has announced that the members should renew their membership once in every 5 years. Till now, the basic rule was that the law college graduates will remain members permanently once registered. Now, according to the new rule by the Bar Council of India, it has to be renewed every 5 years. The Tamil Nadu Bar Council head Selvam has asserted. Apparently, this plan will be implemented after 6 months. He also announced that opposing the higher education bill, the lawyers across Tamil Nadu will boycott courts and go on a strike on the 11th and 12th of this month.
தமிழகத்தில் உள்ள வழக்கறிஞர்கள் அனைவரும் தங்களுடைய பதிவை என்ரோல்மெண்ட் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய அந்த பதிவை 5 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு ஒரு முறை பதிவு செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று தமிழக பார் கவுன்சில் சார்பாக கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றோம். இதனுடைய முக்கிய நோக்கம் என்னவென்றால் தமிழகத்தில் உள்ள வழக்கறிஞர்கள், அதாவது கோர்ட்டில் தொழில் புரியும் வழக்கறிஞர்களை அறிந்து கொள்வதற்கும், நான் பிராக்டிசிங் தொழிலுக்கு வராதவர்களை தெரிந்து கொள்வதற்கும், வேலைக்கு சென்றுவிட்ட வழக்கறிஞர்களை அறிந்து கொள்வதற்கும் இந்த முறை கையாளப்படுகிறது.
Moving on, Abu Jundal has reportedly told interrogators that after 26/11, the Lashkar-e-Toiba had shortlisted the Nasik Police Academy in Maharashtra as a terror target. The plan was to emulate the attack on the Police Training Academy in Lahore in 2009. Jundal added that the terror outfit had roped in an LET operative, Baba Rahman Sheikh, and the idea was to infiltrate the Nasik Academy. Jundal's Pakistani passport, which he had used to travel to Saudi Arabia, makes India's claim of Pakistani hand in the 2008 Mumbai attacks stronger. The passport uses the alias of Riyasat Ali for 26/11 handler Zabiuddin Ansari, who was caught in Saudi Arabia and is now in the custody of the Indian agencies. It shows his nationality as Pakistani and his permanent address and current address as well. Mudirik is known for his LET terror training camps, and his ID card clearly shows Abu Jundal used his Pakistani passport to enter Saudi Arabia from Pakistan in 2010 after 26/11 attacks. Jundal was reportedly living in Rawalpindi since 2006. A telecom tribunal has ruled that an agreement between leading telecom companies to offer 3G roaming mobile services where they do not have a license is illegal. There was, however, a split verdict today, with one judge calling for fresh notices to be sent to the telcos, while another said that their pacts should be terminated immediately. Telecom Dispute Settlement Appellate Tribunal delivered a split verdict. One member rules 3G roaming pacts between telecom operators are illegal. But it's a split verdict on the way forward now. The chairman of TDSAT has ruled that fresh notices should be sent out to the telecom operators by the DOT. Moving on, an important member of the BJP in Bihar has switched sides. He has joined Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United. Sanjay Jha was sworn in into Mr. Kumar's party at the Chief Minister's residence in Patna. Mr. Jha, who joined the Chief Minister's party today, was close to senior BJP leader Arun Jaitley and Sushil Kumar Modi. He was nominated by the BJP to the Bihar Legislative Council and has in the past served as a mediator between the two ruling parties. BJP leaders worry that his move will be aided by several others within its ranks.
ज्वाइन किए हैं और कोई गिला सिकवा भारतीय जनता पार्टी से नहीं है। मेरा वही आदर भारतीय जनता पार्टी नेताओं के प्रति है, बहुत सम्मान मिला और ये चल रहा था बात काफी दिनों से। आज जो भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी में महत्वपूर्ण लोग हैं पॉलिटिकली मेरे लिए, उन सबसे बात करके उनसे सहमति लेकर के मैं
कोई घटक दल है आपका, कोई खटास नहीं पड़ेगा और मैं समझता हूँ कि इससे और भी रिश्ते अटूट होंगे। वो आके और सेतु का काम करेंगे। हमारे दल और बीजेपी के बीच उनके आने से और भी मजबूती होगी।
In a controversial move today, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav has proposed that MLAs who do not have a car of their own should be allotted to buy a car using the state funds if they need one to survey work in their constituencies. He even stated that the car should not be more than ₹20 lakhs. Mr. Yadav also proposed that the car should be returned to the government after 5 years or be brought by the MLA at a depreciated value.
ऐसे विधायक जिन्हें अपना विधायक का काम करने और विकास कार्यों को देखने में बाधा आती है, ऐसे भी कुछ हैं जिनके पास आज भी गाड़ी नहीं है। तो ये प्राविधान सिर्फ उन विधायकों के लिए किया गया है जो गाड़ी खरीदने की पोजीशन में नहीं है और वो अपने क्षेत्र का राजनीतिक कार्य और विकास कार्य नहीं देख सकते, ऐसे विधायकों के लिए केवल प्राविधान है, लाजमी नहीं है। जो लेना चाहेंगे वो लेंगे और शायद इसकी मूल भावना को नहीं समझा गया है। ये मुफ्त नहीं है।
ये मैंने मांग भी किया कि यदि विधायकों को गाड़ी देने की व्यवस्था करनी ही है तो क्षेत्र विधायक निधि के अतिरिक्त अलग से कोई मद में व्यवस्था करें, क्योंकि क्षेत्र विकास निधि से केवल विधानसभा क्षेत्रों में विकास कार्य कराया जाना ही उचित होगा। और यदि क्षेत्र निधि से कोई विधायक गाड़ी खरीदता है तो जनता में संदेश सकारात्मक नहीं जाएगा।
In another scene, the Central Bureau of Investigation filed its fourth charge sheet against YSR Congress chief YS Jagan Mohan Reddy in the disproportionate assets case. It is a supplementary to the first charge sheet where the investigating agency has added a new Section 9 under the Prevention of Corruption Act. The probe agency in its 3 charge sheets filed against Mr. Reddy and others had alleged that he and his father and former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister YS Rajasekhara Reddy hatched a conspiracy to defraud the government and the state government granted some favours to certain firms which made investments in Jagan's business as a quid pro quo. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister has told that the anti-Maoist operation in which at least 19 suspected ultras were gunned down should not be politicized. The encounter, which took place in the forest of Silgar in an uncharted Maoist zone between the Naxal hotbed of Jagargunda and Basaguda in Bijapur district, was launched on June 27th in a joint operation by over 300 CRPF and state police personnel from 3 directions. Raman Singh had earlier blamed the state Congress for politicizing the encounter, saying that the rebels are to be blamed if innocent civilians were killed during the gun battle.
विकास को उल्टी दिशा में ले जाने का प्रयास यदि नक्सली करते हैं और बाद में कुछ घटनाएं होती हैं तो उसमें हल्ला करते हैं। मुझे लगता है कि उस घटना में भी 9 यदि हमारे सीआरपीएफ के जवान कोबरा के यदि घायल हुए हैं तो ये आरोप लगाना गलत है कि कोई प्लान ऑपरेशन नहीं था। 7 जवान हमारे, 2 उनको रायपुर शिफ्ट करना पड़ा, 2 को हेलीकॉप्टर से। तो इस प्रकार की घटनाओं को जिस प्रकार के राजनीतिकरण किया जाता है, ये किया जाना मैं उचित नहीं मानता।
Another short break now. Stay with us.